It's time now to have a look at the last, which is over the 1650. Again, it is a Class 3. Amazing £1+. Zach back on board. He's placed 2 from 3. Zone D goes up £7 for his last start win. Gift of Lifeline is a 2-time course and distance winner. Co-partner Fion makes his Happy Valley debut. Killer Instinct is on a 7-day backup. Packing Award, first time in Class 3. Viva Hunter, second time in Class 3. And Chevalier Prince, just his second trip across to Happy Valley. So we move across to the speed map once again, Tom, for the final race, running 1650 the trip, and it looks like Viva Hunter and Beauty Glory are going to fight for the lead.
Yeah, well, he's drawn barrier 5 as Viva Hunter, and Beauty Glory did lead up, or was up near the pace anyway last start, but he's been a bit disappointing since arriving here. Chevalier Prince should be handy. Paul coming to a rare Happy Valley assignment for him, and Villa Fion's just in great form at the moment.
Yeah, and he can get himself into a nice position, Villa Fion, from his low draw, barrier 3. Amazing £1+. He won't be too far away from the 1 barrier draw. And co-partner Fion, who's just had the 1 start. No support for him on debut, but he did run quite well on the yielding track.
Where we're going to start is with this horse right here. It's Packing Award. Karis Teaton takes the ride. He won the Derby, of course, on Sunday. He rides Packing Award for Peter Ho, and via Zoom, this is what he told Tom.
He's actually a very nice horse. I know before he had some issue, but he's back to himself, and I thought his last win was a very nice win. He got caught 3 deep with no cover the whole way with the heavy weight, and I thought he had the race beaten in the straight, but then he found an extra gear to go and win the race.
You had to cover a bit of ground, as you mentioned, in the run, pretty much without cover as well. Were you still sort of surprised with what he had at the end of the race?
Yeah, I thought of course he's done a lot the whole race, but he was not traveling. He was not too keen. He was nice and relaxed. He was very comfortable. So I thought, he could still give me a little bit of kick in the straight, but when you look it again, it was a great win because not many horses can do that with heavy weight, no cover, 3 deep the whole way, and still kicking a straight. So it had a lot of effort in it, and that's something very positive when you go in Class 3 now.
Yeah, for sure. Does it worry you it might have flattened him a little bit, that sort of tough run coming into this Wednesday night?
I don't think so. He's a tough fella. He's got a bit of energy, this horse, so I think he should be okay. I haven't set on him at work, so I'm pretty sure Peter have him in good shape going forward.
Up in grade, so down in weight, from all indications that he's shown you so far, is he good enough to measure up for here in Class 3?
Yeah, I believe so. I do believe he's got a bit of more to show us. I think he will have his chance again Wednesday night.
Harking back to Sunday, you're now a BMW Hong Kong Derby winning jockey. Now that the dust is settled, I guess you haven't been able to really celebrate much, but what's the last sort of 12 to 24 hours been like?
Yeah, it's been fantastic, actually. Of course, yesterday was a bit before going to races. I needed to just keep focus and just make sure, I have my focus all the way through the day. Of course, I started the day just okay, and I needed to just keep on focusing into the Derby. Then I have a winner before the race. My confidence actually, just got a bit more confidence going forward, and I knew I had a very smart horse to ride, and I knew if I can get him into the right place, he will do his best. And what a race to win! It's been an amazing time, and I've been here a long time, and it's been a dream, and the dream came true yesterday, so very, very happy.
Absolutely. Karis Teaton, the rider of Packing Award, and of course Romantic Warrior as well. We move on, boys, to the others in the last, and Paul, we start with Zone D, who is racing really well, but he's got extra weight on his back. He carries an extra £7. One of your favourites, Viva Hunter, takes him on again, and the other one to come out of this race is Total Power, who's still a maiden in this grade, but his last 2 in this class have been all right.
Yeah, good 3rd and a 4th from him. But look, I think this can be the Quinella. I think Viva Hunter can get better run on Zone D. He does get that bit of extra weight as well, Zone D, which makes it a little bit tougher. And he's a hard horse to get past. You can see Viva Hunter, once he saw the horse come alongside him, really stuck his neck out there too. So I think they're the 2 main chances for me.
Yeah, he's been really honest, hasn't he, Viva Hunter? He's a son of Al Rocker. Of course, John Size has got 5 runners through the card on Wednesday night. Savvy Delight's been a little ordinary, I feel, so far. Wild West Wing, a few question marks over the distance. Seizing the moment, the blinkers really worked with him last start. Tornado Phantom certainly got a top 3 or 4 chance, and Zone D's a definite must include in that final race with the way he's been going, Mark.
So just lighter numbers for Hong Kong's leading trainer there, Tom, but chances amongst them. We move on to Gift of Lifeline. He's beautifully rated in this race, Tom. Tony Millard, Alexi Bedell, 2-time winner over the 1650, and both off Wednesday night's rating of 69.
He went up to fast pace last start. He was pushed forward at the 900 metres, got up outside the leader, then sort of fast pace snuck away again. But geez, fought gamely on this occasion has Gift of Lifeline. Margin at the line was only a nose, just in favour of Meaningful Star. I didn't quite get him in here though, Paul. I thought there were a few other chances in the race. Yeah,
I agree. Just a little bit awkward, barrier 9. I think he might have to go all the way to the back.
Co-partner Fion is the next one, Paul. Now, this is his first start. He's been back to the trial since. We'll have a look at that shortly, but this was on this rain-affected track. And his first start, he runs third behind Gallant Express.
It was a good run. There was no support for him. He was 75 to 1 when he did run in this race. He did have heavy track form in New Zealand, so he might have been slightly flattered by the wet track coming forward, but there's definitely ability there. He's dropped 21 pounds coming into the race, so look, I included him on a minor line.
He was coming home pretty strongly last start, but I agree with what Paul said. I just wonder about the track conditions that day with his overseas form, if that's somewhat sort of flattered to deceive there a little bit what he was able to do. So just happy to watch him back on maybe a firmer track unless there's some rain around.
And this is his trial, Tom. There he's up on the outside there as they turn for home. Does he look to have come on from that first start, off a wet track to the all-weather in this trial?
Yeah, I think he does. He's stripped a lot fitter. He's dropped 21 pounds himself. Villa Fion, rather a co-partner Fion, Wagner Borders and Chris So were here from barrier number 2. Was shaken up a little bit coming towards the 200 metres, but he was able to respond quite well, Paul.
Yeah, there's definitely some ability there. He's definitely got a good turn of foot. But that's why I did include him from a low draw. I just wanted to keep him on the safe side as well. And, you know, there is a bit of rain forecast as well.
Viva Hunter, Zone D again, Paul. Just flip them around from last time.
Yeah, that's how I see it. So I've got Viva Hunter on top to beat Zone D. I think they can Quinella it. Co-partner Fion, the horse we've talked about. The other Fion, Villa Fion, he's been in great form recently. He's won 2 of his last 4 and he's been placed in the other 2, 11, 2, 5 and 7.
I agree with Paul, certainly around Viva Hunter. I'm certainly going to include Villa Fion the way he's been racing. He was narrowly beaten last start by Red Majesty, and he's come out and won again. He lost the whip in that last start effort to rider Antoine Hamel. He's drawn nicely again. They're the 2, I think. Packing Award had a really tough run last start. He's down in the weights here, courtesy of going up in grade, and Zone D, the other one, he's a must include. 11, 7, 9 and 2.